What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Miles, and I am here with
Terrell
and
Jacob.
And we have, a special guest today.
One of them ones.
One of them ones. One of one.
One of one.
Okay,
Stop it.
let's go down the list. We got to go down the list.
Go down the list.
NFL Hall of Fame.
Canton.
College Football Hall of Fame.
Atlanta.
Consensus First Team All-American in 1998.
Okay, cool.
I can't pronounce that. Trophy.
Bronco Nagurski.
Bronco
I got
Nagurski
you.
Trophy. Heisman Trophy finalist, selected number 7 overall in the 1999 NFL Draft, played 15 seasons in the league, 12-time Pro Bowler, a record for a defensive back, 5-time All-Pro, and named the NFL 2000s All-Decade Team.
Sheesh.
We have Champ Bailey.
Oh
in
my
the
gosh.
building today.
Yo. Thank y'all, man.
Thank you so
good to be here
much
with y'all.
for coming onto our podcast. We appreciate you more than you know.
Holy glaze.
And I mean, this is we're in the presence of a legend.
We have to.
I gotta point out,
It's right.
legend.
It's right.
He's so happy he forgot to even say, "This is for all my dogs." Welcome back to another episode.
Welcome back to another episode of For All My Dogs, man. We are so excited to have you here, but we are so excited to have Champ Bailey in the building. Champ, how you been, man?
I've been great. I've been good. I retired about, it's been 11 years now?
Yeah.
I mean, God, it's almost as long as I played. But,
Yeah.
I've been good, man. I'm chilling, still finding my way.
Yeah.
One thing I realized since I retired is I could really do anything I want.
Yeah.
Right? And I hope y'all feel the same way.
Yeah.
Because football kind of connects to everything. So, it took me a while to realize that, but fast forward to right now, I see opportunity. I listen to a lot of deals. I do a lot, but ultimately, man, I'm doing what I want to do, which is anything I set my mind to. So it is what it is. I mean, the journey continues.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
You bring up that journey piece, right? And Miles just listed out all your accolades from honestly what really started in high school. Because to even get to all the accolades you had in college, you had to get recruited first. You had to go to college, you had to go to the NFL. Talk about the internal and even external pressures that come along with being Champ Bailey at the peak of your career.
When you're in it, you don't really think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
I think when I reflect, then I'm like, damn, there was about a 5-year period I was really on top of it. I was noticed by a lot of people, got the recognition, obviously the Pro Bowls, all the accolades came, but at the same time, I'm in it. That's all I know.
Yeah.
I just know how to play ball. I know how to work. So things were clicking. And, I think it was more when I got to the other side of my prime, the last 3 or 4 years of my career is when I was like, okay.
Started to see the difference.
Well, I had to work different. I had to, understand, like, I can't move the way I used to move. So how do I adjust? And that was the most challenging time because nobody really gives you the blueprint. Now, I was fortunate enough to see John Lynch at the back end of his career, Brian Dawkins,
Yeah.
2 different type of players, but they were in their 14th, 15th years trying to sustain and try to keep their careers going. And then ultimately, Father Time catches up and you got to retire. So, at the end, the decision was sort of made for me. I got released from the Broncos, and then all of a sudden, I'm still trying to make it work because that's all I know.
Right.
The ball was what I knew, and I wasn't going to hang up the cleats until I felt like I had to.
Right.
That's real.
And then I finally had to, right? And, I have no regrets about how my career went, how it ended, anything. I mean, because you can't really dictate how you leave the game, right?
No.
Your writing can be on the wall while you're in college, right after college, in the pros after 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, or 15 like myself. Fortunate enough, I played long enough to where I was tired of it. Right? but I didn't know I was tired of it until I got out of it.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
I'm glad it took you that long to realize you was tired of it. It
Took me 3.
Yeah. It only took me 4 years.
about 3.
I'm tired.
Well, because y'all challenges were different, right? Y'all had different challenges. So it's all about what you can bear, and then it's how much you can pour into something that's not giving you a lot back. So it's timing and understanding yourself.
Yeah. Let's speak on some of our challenges, I guess. So we know you're you were recently part of the movie signing Tony Raymond,
right.
executive producer, and so a big part of that storyline was the NIL space, NIL and how it impacts recruiting and whatnot. We want to get your opinion on what's your opinion on the new world of NIL?
Oh, it's terrible. And see, I don't mean that everybody shouldn't get paid. Somebody sent me something recently, and it was a list of really what all the college sports makes, right? What the revenue you generate.
Yeah, revenue.
And there was
share.
only two that were in the black.
Yeah.
It was men's basketball and football,
Always,
right?
yeah.
And that's pretty much at every school. It's like that. So that just took me back. Like, okay, if it's like that now, it was like that when I played.
Exactly.
It's probably worse.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
really.
The TV deals weren't even the same
no, the
back
TV
then.
deals weren't the same. The money's crazy, and it's been like that for decades.
Yeah.
So it was only time or only fitting that you include the players. But what I don't like about where we are is there's no structure. There's no real structure. And I think more than anything, y'all need at this point in y'all lives is structure, because it'll at least dictate how you behave, and your behavior and the things you do or want to do, regardless if it's on the football field or off, it's gonna determine who you become as a man, as a parent, as a teammate, everything. Because, one thing people want to do is always point to the negatives of the players. Nobody ever talks about the adults in the room. No, these players are just trying to figure it out. Y'all buried in football. Y'all just want to work, go to work, get a chance to play, build bridges, expand your network, all these things that matter while you're in college. But ultimately, you're just developing your mindset. You don't even know what you want to do. Y'all sit here now, but I promise you won't be doing this exact thing 10 years from now.
No, sure.
Right?
Oh, no.
Like,
Of course not.
I hope not.
Right? You will not. So
Yeah.
y'all are still progressing and figuring out what y'all going to
works.
settle in, right?
Yeah.
So I think for me, everybody should get paid.
Yeah.
But there is no reason that a 5-star athlete coming out of high school should be getting $1 million in his pocket. Now, maybe he should be getting a portion of $1 million, and then maybe you defer some of that to when he grows up and understands what he's really getting.
So you feel like it's more a big part of that. It's like the maturity of these players as they're coming in, because this is, like you were saying, the development period. Like they don't even understand the value of this money that they had.
And it's not their fault, right? They're immature.
Your brain hasn't even finished growing.
No, you're not.
Scientifically, you're not an adult yet.
You're not equipped to deal with the issues that come with that. We talking about families, like dealing with family who all of a sudden think that you're the breadwinner of the family and you got to take care of everybody.
For real.
Now you have nothing when you leave and things don't work out, right?
You never know.
Most athletes aren't going pro. So we always have to treat it as everybody's not going pro. So what you have now needs to last you for the next 10 years or beyond that until you really grow up and become an adult and understand what real responsibility looks like, because everything's taken care of for y'all. Like you got housing, you got food, you got everything
medical,
you need.
Literally.
You got a structured schedule, which is important because it teaches you how to be accountable and how to show up on time. Those things matter. And as I look back as a former athlete, that's what I lean on now is the bridges I built, the network. That Bulldog network is serious.
It's unreal.
In the Southeast, not just in Georgia. So understanding that's what's important. But if you're not training your brain to be a certain person, you're not going to be equipped to deal with all the money you're getting and all the opportunity that comes at your feet. So, it is what it is right now. It's just unfortunate. I ultimately believe the structure should be everybody has a base salary. If you play a lot, you get more. If you don't, you get what you get your base, right? So it's more performance-based instead of just giving it to the guy that's got all the, the stars behind his
Perfect you said that. So let me set the stage for you, Champ.
Let's go.
You going into third year at the University of Georgia. Champ Bailey in 2026. How much is Champ Bailey worth?
If I was playing like I played in
Champ
1998.
Prime Champ Bailey right now
is playing, going to year 3, All My Heisman finalist.
Bronco Nagurski.
Nagurski.
Well, this is based off the structure now, right?
Yeah.
I'm making 7 figures.
Oh, that's not a number.
that's not
Jeremiah Smith got offered $10 million to go to the University of Miami.
University of Miami.
Jeremiah Smith has not done
how
half
much
of
is
what
Chan
you've
Bailey
done.
walking up to Coach Smart saying?
Did Ohio State match that? Right?
I think it was
probably
close.
did.
Close.
I think it was. I think they said 6. He's at least getting 6 mil.
Yeah.
I mean,
Shit.
honestly, that's terrible for the organization, right?
Yeah, in a whole.
Right.
Yeah, no
Right.
doubt.
Yeah.
To me, that shouldn't even be allowed. Like, you should be under contract. Now,
Yeah.
does he deserve that money? Well, the market says he does if somebody's willing to pay it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it doesn't do anybody any justice. Even
Yeah.
him. Like, he can go make 10 or 6 or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and he'll be fine.
Yeah,
But let's say
he's gonna live the same life.
yeah, it's gonna be fine. Like, to me, that shouldn't even be on the table. Like, but ultimately, if it was me, yeah, I'm trying to get Jeremiah Smith money
Yeah,
because
I'm
I
trying to
did
get
what
that
he
back.
did, and I played defense. So
So
it's a little bit of both.
That's facts. That's
So
what
I
go
feel
to
like it goes without saying. Are you transferring to chase that bag, or are you staying loyal? to
It
the
all
team?
depends on the situation,
Yeah.
right? I'm not leaving Georgia because I grew up a dog. I'm here, but I'm obviously gonna let them know, yeah.
And they won't
already-
even say.
Business is business at
Yeah.
that point because you're allowing this to happen.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna just do what you allow me to do. Like,
Exactly.
I think at the time I'm probably 20 years old,
Exactly.
right? So
Shit.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? So to readdress that, like I honestly agree with you. A big problem is the system in general. Because the past like 3 years that we just been in college, each year it's been a different,
For sure.
different storyline and the whole
A different
transfer
structure every
portal,
year,
a different
yeah.
structure, new rules, new regulations, and it's all still just like the wild, wild west in here. Like everyone's just figuring it out. Like, okay, now this year we're gonna go about this. This year now everyone has to document the NIL deals they're doing or the conversations they're having. It's just, I think it's a means to end to where we're gonna become amateurs. Like it's gonna become amateur league in my
Amateur
opinion.
G League.
It's like we're acting like we've been
you
going
mean a
about it.
semi-pro league?
Semi-pro.
Semi-pro,
That's what I
okay.
mean.
Definitely not amateur.
We've been going at it like acting like we're like not semi-pros, but we
Are.
We've been operating as such for the past.
Yeah, they can call it whatever they want.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Student
athlete. I don't care.
Student athlete.
Like the bottom line is you're generating significant revenue off the backs of these players, and you're trying to pay them, but you're not really trying to be transparent about what's being made.
For sure.
There's no CBA, collective bargaining agreement. Like
yeah.
you need to have some visibility about what's going on. Like if there's no transparency, then you don't really have a deal.
Nah.
So it has to start there.
You bring up a lot of points, and I would be wrong if I didn't add it. Athletes Org.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you are.
I'm
familiar
very
with it.
familiar with it.
If you're familiar with Athletes Org, which you
Wow.
are, like Athletes Org is working to do everything you just said.
Yep.
This past summer, I literally got to speak in front of Congress in DC, where you were drafted, my hometown actually, where I talked to congressmen, congresswomen, parties and all that stuff about the state of college football, and we got to break down the NIL structure. And a lot of people, to your point, were truly just, not to disrespect them, but ignorant to the fact of the lives and like what athletes actually go through. Because to your point, they're only hearing it from the other side.
Yeah.
So they're only hearing players are money hungry. They're only hearing players are immature. They don't know what to do. That's why we should cut their pay to this. That's why Trump is signing executive orders forcing players to go under certain rules that don't really favor them.
Right.
Yeah.
But Athletes Org is the people going to bat for these players with nothing really in it for them besides just love for the players.
Is the NCAA listening to athletes.org?
They're reluctant, but they're starting to get through. They're starting to
Okay.
get through.
Well-
Next week, they're actually supposed to meet at Congress again at Capitol Hill.
It's funny you asked me about them because I referred somebody to them last week. A
Okay.
parent of a current athlete that just transferred to Georgia Tech. He's a former dog.
Okay.
Now you can figure it out, if you really dig into it. But he called me with a lot of, I could hear the passion in his voice about, man, these kids are getting duped. I'm like, yeah, we've been saying this for years. Like we're not on the right path to real structure, which is what matters. Like I don't care what the structure is. It has to be something. There has to be boundaries. It protects the colleges. It protects the players.
For sure.
And those are the two most important people, right? So, so for me, he kept harping on, what are we gonna do? Like everybody thinks that these guys are transferring because they want to chase the bag or this. Like a lot of times scholarships are being taken from them.
Yeah.
And I've seen that. Even my nephew went through that. So understanding that lack of structure is really exposing everybody.
For sure.
And not for the better. I was like, yeah, call these guys at athletes.org. They've been doing this for a while and been preaching about it, because I think that one of the things that I don't like is who's giving advice to these players. Like, you have no vetted advisors. Like, everybody in your family can't be an advisor. Like, their motivation is money, right?
Yeah.
Most families, because everybody's looking for that first big thing, right? I can only imagine how my family would have been if I was coming out at this time. It would have been crazy, and it causes a strain on the player, which ultimately responsibilities fall at his feet that shouldn't. So protect them from that. And the best way to do it is to really give them structure. Yeah. And I love what athletes.org is trying to do, because, again, everybody needs to have a voice in this, especially the players.
Yeah.
Agreed.
100%. That was beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. That was perfect.
It's a really simple thing. Now, I'm a little disappointed. I'm gonna be honest. Like, who's making 8 figures individually? Who's
in
making
college?
Eight? Who is?
If Jeremiah's at 6.
Who is making 8
probably
figures?
Darren.
He was about to make
Probably
8
Darren Mensa.
No, I'm not talking about players.
Quarterbacks?
Oh, you're saying
I'm not talking about players. Freaking coaches.
Yeah.
They all in their
all
own
make
pockets
it.
have something to say
Yeah.
about the lack of competitiveness.
Yeah.
All these little things about the players. But ultimately, they're the ones winning.
Yeah.
Every
So
time.
are they ever going to come together and put the pressure on the NCAA to do what's right?
Yeah, nah.
Right? No, they won't.
Yeah, that's
Why
a
would they
point.
take
That's a
money
crazy-
out their own pocket?
That's a point right there.
I mean, it's
It chips into that.
That's a crazy point right
Versus
there.
a kid who's going to spend 4 years at your university or your job that's going to
Maybe
last
3. And
yeah,
honestly,
maybe 3.
nowadays, it might be 1 or 2.
Versus
Yeah.
however
Yeah.
long your job is.
So Nick Saban runs from the situation, right?
Yeah.
He's
gone.
gone.
I'm
He
not
goes
dealing
on the other
with
side. He has a lot to say about the state of college
Yeah.
sports right now. But what is he really doing except showing up at the White House with a guy who definitely wants to go back to where it was?
Yeah.
So it's more of they want what we used to have. They want that same level of dumbness from the players and control from the other side. And we're not on that path anymore.
No.
So figure out how you take care of these players, because that's the value. They're just leaders, right? They're supposed leaders in these rooms, leaders of men. Okay, well, if you really care about these players and their future, protect it.
For sure.
Period.
No doubt.
Protect it. That was
No
good.
doubt.
That was perfect.
You talking about future. We're
Okay.
about to go to the past. We
Okay.
got to ask you about 1998. Miles has a specific question for you.
So I was just sitting up, typing up the show run last night, and I was just thinking, like, what do you think Champ Bailey was listening to pregame to get him hype to go out there and play LSU rival?
On the road, 1998. Biggest game.
What's you listening?
I mean, Cash Money was big back then.
Cash Money? What song?
That's Lil Wayne. I don't even remember. That's Lil Wayne. That was when Lil Wayne was a jit. So, Juvenile. Y'all remember them?
Nah.
Remember?
No,
I was born in 2002.
That was 2003, man.
03.
Y'all don't remember that?
born in 2000. I know Lil Wayne.
mean, Biggie was big back. I mean, he had passed by then, but
Yeah.
I mean, Tupac. They were all
Tupac.
big.
Can you
Who
give
was
me
your
a
favorite artist? Who
They
was
was
your
dropping
favorite
records when they died. Like
Right.
it was
Posthumous?
crazy.
I don't know.
He said we trying to hear one song.
Just-
You could.
what
if
was
you could-
that one that you
that
would go
could- you
to
could
that was
throw
like,
out
oh,
the-
that's going to get me in that mode every time?
All Eyes on Me, Tupac.
Oh, okay, that's real. That's real. That's
Outkast was huge. I can't
Yeah,
leave them. I
okay,
can't
okay.
leave them out. They weren't more of a hype group, but they were just.
this is
They
that-
were
it's
Atlanta.
that
They were
mode. It's that
Atlanta.
mode,
I got a little taste of Atlanta, so I got to see them. I got to see them pretty regularly.
Yeah.
And they did a big concert here, Myers Quad. back
Oh,
in
yeah,
the day.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And
Get
Myers
nothing
Squad?
like that no
Yeah.
more,
They didn't want
bro.
it. That's fine. We ain't getting.
We don't get
Y'all don't get none of that?
Nothing.
No.
We get Quavo's.
Y'all going to this
Nah.
concert in a couple weeks?
The one in the
Oh,
stadium.
Yeah.
I got to
Luke
figure out.
Bryan.
I got to
Luke
figure out.
Bryan. I was gonna reach out and try to get
I
there.
got to
My
see
girl
who
wants
mess
to
with me.
go.
I got to see
Yeah.
who mess with
Today
me.
I probably would go. I'm a little open-minded, but back then I would not.
Open-minded.
Yeah, I had to grow up. I was into rap music.
Yeah.
It was what it was.
Yeah. Like all of us.
So speaking of that time as well, I also got to know, we're retired now
For sure.
So we do a lot of outside of the football activities. We be downtown.
For sure.
We be downtown.
Yeah, I bet.
So I gotta know, what was downtown like? Not just back then, but what was downtown like for Champ Bailey in his prime?
Yeah, I'm about to say, because it's
Shit. We used to come back for it, right? So when we got to the league, we had money, so we come back, hang out, and that was when my brother was still here. My cousin was on campus.
Yeah.
So
y'all boys was
you
going.
gotta think.
The Bailey boys.
They know they didn't have to pay for shit when I came back to campus. So we would all hang out. But even before then, man, it was just, you got to think. My class consisted of Quincy Carter, Patrick Pass. I mean, y'all can go look these guys up.
Sure.
Jonas Jennings, who y'all
Yeah.
Of course, Jonas.
Shout out.
So we thought we were our own frat. And we would walk around campus talking about 1996. Now, if y'all know the Alphas would always say 1906. We stole that shit and made it our own. I mean, much love to the Alphas. A lot of my boys are Alphas.
Yeah.
But more or less, bro, it was chaos.
Yeah.
And, we didn't have social media, so
Yeah,
we could get away with anything.
Yeah.
And we tried to get away with everything. But it was cool. It was cool, baby.
So,
we had a great time.
You bring up next week, or you brought up a concert coming in a few weeks. But next week is G-Day. And you might not know about this. Like you said, you're more mature now. It's out of the way. But we're actually throwing a party on G-Day.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That night,
What's the date?
The 18th.
18th.
Okay.
The night of G-Day, after the game, after Terrell gets off the field, we got a few hours after Terrell gets off the field.
We got a party to host.
We got a party at the one and only Dukes and Dottie's, one of the biggest bars in downtown Athens.
Okay,
We got the whole venue at 11 p.m.
Okay.
We're going to list out some of the details of the party, and you would tell us if a young 18 to 20-year-old Champ Bailey is going.
Okay.
We got music. Our music.
Our
We got our music in Athens.
I mean, what are you asking me?
We're not done yet. We're not done yet.
Keep going.
We got our music.
Yep.
We got sponsored by Jack Daniels.
Yep.
Oh my God.
We got sponsored by.
doing it.
We got sponsored.
I'm sold. I'm what do you mean?
We got sponsored by Red Bull.
Yep.
Sun Cruiser.
Yep.
New Amsterdam. The Maxon Apartments downtown. Shout out to Maxon. I appreciate you.
Bless.
What else we got? Oh, we got free giveaways.
Oh yeah.
Free shit.
Chance to win a Bruno Mars concert.
Chance to win a Bruno Mars concert tickets.
Yep.
And on top of that, more free drinks in Athens.
Okay. Okay.
Is a young Champ Bailey, fresh off of Bronco Nagurski, fresh off a Heisman finalist.
Are you popping out to Dukes and Dodgers?
If it's my teammates, hell yeah.
Okay, that's
What
all
do
we
you
need.
That's all we need to hear.
I would go today. What are you talking about? first of all, I'm intrigued by the business behind it.
Yeah.
Because you pull all these sponsors together. What else can you do with these sponsors?
Honestly, there's a bunch more in the
there you go.
works.
Step
There's a
at a
bunch
time.
more.
I
One step
love
at a
it.
time.
I love it. I didn't even think you could do something like. We weren't thinking like that back then.
Yeah.
Right. You might have a little more time with no football on your schedule.
No. I was in the locker room like, I gotta figure out how to make some money. I'm seeing Carson Beck buy a Lamborghini. I'm like, oh
Carson pulled up
no.
with a Lamborghini.
See, but y'all could kind of see the writing on the wall
Yeah.
a little bit sooner, right?
Yeah.
Man,
Different world.
a lot of us back then, we didn't see the writing on the wall. There's a lot of guys that kind of just hung up on football a little too long,
Yeah.
right? And football's really I guess it's a vehicle to get you to something else.
It's a
right?
mean swing. It's a mean swing.
sure.
Yeah,
It's definitely a
absolutely.
mean swing. And like when I had my 2 surgeries, I was like, this is probably not gonna be. I'm probably not NFL bound, but I have this network. I know Coach Smart, and Coach Smart knows everybody in Georgia. You know what I mean? And so like I gotta utilize that connection.
Yeah.
And then the network we got, like you were talking about the network with the Bulldog, bro.
It's ridiculous.
There's so many people like you, Amari Hardwick, he's an actor. I want to get in contact with him. Even
Maria Taylor.
Maria Taylor.
Taylor.
He's sports media. And so
Maria lives not far from me.
Yeah.
Like, so I see her randomly all the time around the park. So
she's a mentor of mine. She's been a great help.
Oh yeah, she's amazing.
Bernie Johnson.
We did.
So like these people who are already in these prominent positions.
Yeah.
Football is the only thing, or it's not the only thing, but being here, it's what connected us. And so like that mindset of like, I'm not going to the NFL. I got to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what sparked this whole, really what made this whole show, actually. Yeah. And so
that's facts.
Just figuring how are we going to monetize ourselves? Because it's not going to be on the field. It ain't going to be out there.
But speaking of Kirby, he actually told me I was never going to get monetized.
I think Kirby's honesty is really the best thing he got going for him.
It's a gem. It's a gem, especially now in college football. You're not really getting it. And like people could call it stubborn or reluctant to change, but I'd rather have somebody who's going to keep it real with me every day.
Yeah.
Rather than somebody who's going to sit there and lie to me and be trying to stab me in the back.
That is true.
Yeah, I agree. And then when you fast forward and you get older, you're going to appreciate that even more.
For sure.
No doubt.
For sure.
Yeah. Because it puts you on the path you're on now.
Yeah.
But you talked about retirement. And I want to go back into that because obviously you were a great player. Like we've said it a billion times on this show, but that drive and passion never leaves any athlete and at all. Whether you're retired playing on the field or you're at home with your kids or doing your next endeavor, what are the things now in your life that give you that same passion and desire?
Man, obviously being a dad, but at the same time, it's like I sort of had to reinvent myself.
For sure,
right?
For sure.
The best part of, I guess, leaving the game was that I made some money and I didn't have to rush into anything. So I kind of dabbled in this, dabbled in that. Some things I shouldn't have dabbled in, but nothing that derailed me.
For sure.
So why the fuck I do that?
Because you got to find your new teammates. Like,
that's a bar.
You got to find who can I work with. Yeah. I know who's loyal. Like my sister, I do a lot with her. My cousin, I do a lot with him. So I got a good core group of people. But ultimately, when I want to do big things, I got to step outside of that circle and figure out who I want to work with. So that's been the biggest challenge.
For sure.
Like finding out who I want to surround myself with and what opportunities I want to take advantage of. So, I'm working on a lot of things. I work with a lot of companies at this point. And, nothing's forever. So, I'm banking on others to do what they're supposed to do or what they promised me that they would do. So I try to get that minimized to the point where I'm working on things I want to work on. There's some things I'm working on, developing that it doesn't take a lot of people, but it might take this technology or something. But it's really in my wheelhouse of things that I know I can influence.
For sure.
And as much as I try to get away from sports, I keep going back to sports. Because again, it connects to everything.
Yeah.
And it's so encompassing of all people. Like, so, from a mentor or leadership perspective, there's so many ways I can help the next generation. But I also want to do good business. So I feel like you can do both. And that's sort of where I am now. Like, how can I be a leader and show kids how to get to that next step, but also make money? Because I think ultimately I want to do something that I'm gonna be proud of, right? And kind of show everybody that, like yourselves, like, okay, football was my thing, but it's not anymore. Although it got me to where I am, it's not who I am. So that's really what it's about. And that's a daily battle, like trying to figure out what's next. How do I pull this deal together, that deal? So there's companies I work with that I'm very proudful about it, but it's their business, and I'm just helping somebody else's business, which is fine. And I bring some value, but at the same time, I always want to kind of do something on my own.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, to that point, you speak about success. And you've actually, as on the field, you've seen success, but off of the field, you've seen great success, especially with, we touched on it briefly, but your movie that you were the executive producer on, Signing Tony Raymond. I mean,
I never saw that coming.
Really?
I just wasn't in the film business.
Yeah.
But again, sports kind of brings things together. So if you don't know, the writer-director, Glenn Owen, is a former basketball player at Georgia. In the early 90s, like a little older than me, way older than y'all.
So where does that put you then?
Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. So, but he convinced me. He had this project he had been sitting on for 10 plus years, and he just convinced me to take the ride with him. And I'm glad I did it because it opened my eyes to a new industry that I had no idea I wanted to be involved in. Right. But one of my first calls was to Amari, and he's super busy. So we talked about it, and he really couldn't be hands on with it. Yeah. But just hearing his excitement about reading the script, I'm like, okay, well, this sounds like something. Yeah. And so I went back to Glenn. We made a little deal. I put a little money behind it, not a lot, but I convinced others to come and invest in the film. And here we are. We got this product that we're still pushing, right? Mm-hmm. It's on streaming networks now, and it's doing well. But of course, it's all about marketing. That's why I'm like, man, marketing is everything. Because if people don't know, if people don't know what you're doing, it's pointless.
Right.
You're never gonna reach the value that it really has, because we got some high level actors in this.
You do.
Movie.
Oh yeah.
Did y'all watch the movie?
Yeah,
I've seen the
You
clip.
watched it?
Yeah,
Oh my God, it was a good movie.
It's a great. It's
it
a
starts
great
kind of slow, and then you're like, oh
snap! And it picks up.
Then it picks up. And it's
the ratings,
a good story.
The ratings speak for themselves. I mean, it has an 8 out of 10 on IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes has a 75%,
it's a good movie.
And Fandango 91%. And 75% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's high.
That's really high.
That's high.
Like that's really good in the movie industry.
Glad y'all keeping up.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
We did our research.
We did. Yeah, we do a little showrunner and whatnot.
But what's funny is people ask me now, are you going to do another one? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I got a call tomorrow in the morning about another film that somebody's pitching, and I'm just looking.
If an opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, it's all about who brings it to me too, right? Like
yeah.
somebody in my network's bringing it to me, I'm probably gonna pay attention to it. Yeah. So a guy I work with that also is a former dog, Rob Kramer, who we've done a lot of things together. Right. So he's always bringing stuff that he comes across or that we come across at the same time, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But we look at things together, and there's nothing that he hasn't brought to me that we haven't made money off. So I'm like, so his reputation with me has been great.
But that trust.
And now we're just trying to build off that. Yeah, absolutely. Because he's never asking me for money.
Just
he has his own money.
Just making money.
I love people who have their own stuff, but they don't need me. Yeah. They just want to bring me value, and I can bring value back. Right?
Sure.
So
it's a fair deal.
Absolutely.
I need that Champ Bailey network.
Facts.
You got it, man. I'm here.
Yeah, he's right here.
Are you kidding me?
Champ, I gotta ask you, when are we gonna get that Champ Bailey movie?
Oh my God, come on.
And
I don't know.
Who would you cast
to be you?
To be you.
To be me? I don't know if anybody's qualified. Let me.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, dude, I have no idea.
I think I still got some of that athleticism left. I could.
You probably could.
I could do it.
This was the plug-in. I was about to say,
you think I could play you in a movie?
You could. It's acting, so
yeah, I could do.
It's acting.
Wow. Wow.
You don't have to be as fast. Wow. So we're good.
Wow. Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good.
But you could do it for sure.
Yeah, it's acting. Yeah, you can pretend to be
you could act to be me. Yeah.
My daughter want to be Cinderella. You can.
Right. It's no different, right?
You can be anything you put your mind to.
No, that's a great point. I've been approached about writing books, doing all kinds of stuff.
You got a great story to tell.
It's just I haven't, leaned into it. Right? Yeah. I'm still trying to do other things, and maybe that'll come up at some point. I don't know.
People want to hear that story. I bet they do.
Oh yeah,
100%. You got a lot.
Little kid from South Georgia, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
That might be the name of it.
Little kid from South
Georgia.
Little kid
from South Georgia. I told you I do marketing in case you just in case you're looking. I do marketing
for your brand. I got you.
We'll talk. I'll tell you what, if I ever do, y'all will be involved.
Okay. Perfect. Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode of For All My Dogs. Champ, we appreciate you being on our podcast.
Man.
Overly.
Nothing but the best in this room, man. Don't ever limit your minds to anything else.
Y'all hear that at home? Don't ever limit your mindset. You do whatever you put your mind to. You could even be Champ Bailey in a movie.
Yeah.
But just not in real life, apparently. But We appreciate you guys tuning in every single time. Speaking of movies, we are in a movie studios. We got to give a huge shout out to Athena Studios and to Philanthrop Films for having us. We appreciate you guys.
Shout out Miss Honey.
Much. Shout out Miss Honey.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Neil.
Shout out JP.
Yes,
Shout out
sir.
JP.
But we appreciate you guys tuning in every single time, and we are out.
Peace.